So happy to have you back here, man, because one of the reasons why I was so excited and just waiting anxiously and just longing to have my homies back in studio is because a part of this podcast is talking about the collectibles, right? Showing you the collectibles. I take pride in trying to blow the community's freaking minds about comic books, and one of my methods of doing it should be no surprise than to do it with my guest here to blow your mind. So I've had these foreign comics sitting here and I refuse to just experience it through webcam. So we're talking about some foreign comic gems today. And I'm so excited to show the community and to show you, Jeff. We are going to talk about something in the foreign comic book community that has gone virtually unnoticed, all right? Beyond the foreign comics market. First question to you, Jeff. In us starting this foreign comics conversation, what changes in the community have you begun to see?
I've definitely seen a surge of interest in it, and for myself as well. I mean, just having the understanding that there's so many versions out there other than the ones that are familiar to us at our homes, like in the U.S., and that the fact that there's so much better potentially than what we're known to see for us. That's just like what we're familiar with. So that's what's great. When you get out of this perimeter that you know into global, you're seeing variations, and they're better and they're more exciting because they feel new to something that you love.
Absolutely. The foreign comic market has the ability to rejuvenate the most tired of collectors. There are some really, really like known dealers in this community that just don't look at comics the same way. It's just something that happens. Like, you know it to be true. I know it to be true. I mean, heck, there are some comic books that are looked at as like the pinnacle of key worthiness that even myself, I don't look at the same way as I did a decade ago. But the foreign comic market, I have seen it time and again rejuvenate interest. And today, I want to showcase something that doesn't get talked about in the foreign comic market. We're going to take you over to Denmark, okay? I got some comic books shipped from my homie over in Denmark. Shout out to Martin, who hooked it up, all right? In order to get foreign comics, you got to have the foreign network, and that's part of the fun. You create friendships, new relationships, collectors that are global. And today we're going to talk about double keys.
So you're telling me there's something better than single key? That there's actually double key?
That's right. And I'm going to start this off by showing you a book that you're going to know very well and a cover that looks very different.
Oh, yeah.
So talk to me about that.
Okay, give me a second, because this is the first time I'm seeing this, all right?
Yeah, Comic Fam, I specifically avoid showing any of the guests these types of comics. I want to get an authentic reaction.
Okay, so we have here is Amazing Spider-Man 298.
Yeah, you know this cover.
Yeah, first McFarlane Spider-Man here. So it's different. You know, you have if I remember, it's just a white background. Okay,
Correct.
And same with 299, very white. But 301, same thing. So here we're kind of just seeing a very, early morning, sunset, sunrise. Can't really tell what time, but just the orange. And, this is a tough one. The webbing is purple, which is instead of, I think, is probably just black. And so that's kind of cool. And I think I like the U.S. version better.
I agree. The reason why I wanted to get this book was one, yeah, it's a different cover. It's a little different. But what I want to do is show you the inside of this book and why this right here was just a authentic moment that I had by myself with this comic book. I thought I was getting Spider-Man 298. That's all I knew. Comic Fam, you can't find pictures of this comic book online. Heck, you can't find pictures of Hombre Araña online. And that's like one of the most famous foreign comic books that exists. So what I did was I was flipping through it. And I'm like, man, this thing's kind of thick. And I went to the last page. And what's on the last page here?
Oh, man. I know this page. This is the last page to 299, man. This is his first appearance. No, we're not starting that. We're not starting that, guys.
That's right. You have on the back page, I opened this comic up to find the last page of Spidey 299. Confused, I went backwards to find out that this isn't just one comic book. No, this is combined issues 299 and 298. Both stories are in this book, and both keys are inside. But it gets better. Go to the very, very last page of this book.
All right. You're building it up here, man. Let me see this payoff. Oh, snap. No way.
We have an American version of Spidey 299 inserted on the last page as if it was an actual Spidey 299 cover. It makes no sense. And how would you know this without going on the hunt?
Mind blown right now, dude. That's so trippy. And it's like the same coloring for the most part.
Yeah, they didn't have to change it. They printed it. They printed the right cover right in the book, but they decided to change it. Double keys. Now, this next book, you're not going to need to take it out of the bag. And I'll tell you why in a second. I have two books to show you. They're the same book, but let's take a look at the front. You know it well.
Oh man, I know this book well. And like, let me tell you this, man. You can't give me a book like this and not have me want to take it out of the bag. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to build the excitement, Jeff. I'll let you open it. No worries.
All right, so I'm gonna open this.
Open it. I'll let you.
Okay, this is Werewolf by Night #1. All right, and obviously not the version I'm familiar with, but I know this cover, man.
It's a cool book, man. It's a classic key. But here's the thing about this book. When you open it, it actually looks very similar to the pages you would find in America.
I mean, this is the exact replica of the book. It's just black and white. Interior's just no color. You know, I know this story. I've read this story. This is it right here in its entirety.
This is a major Bronze Age key. This is something that like I'm personally after myself. But here's the thing. We're talking about double keys today. And you have to imagine, you have to put yourself in the position of the publisher back when these were coming out, because these came out not long after the American versions. They didn't have a care about what comics they were going to include in here. They were trying to print stories and sell them. Maybe if the cover was dope, if they can sell the cover, market it a little bit better, that was the care. But they didn't know what comics they were going to put together if there was like a key worthiness. So, by happenstance, in Denmark, this comic book was combined with another. Flip it over.
Oh, no way.
That's right.
Shut the front door.
So, you know I had to get two of them because I want to display them next to each other. But what are you looking at?
Dude, this is Marvel Spotlight 5, man.
First appearance of Ghost Rider.
That's so weird because you got Werewolf by Night 1 here. It's not even Marvel Spotlight 2.
Yeah, so Werewolf by Night first appeared in Marvel Spotlight 2, issues before Marvel Spotlight 5, where Ghost Rider was featured. But nah, they put Ghost Rider on the back in his first appearance, and then the first solo issue of Werewolf by Night on the front.
That's crazy. This is a double key.
That's right, Comic Fam. There are more double keys in the foreign comic market, and they are as like random as this one. Like these are actually featured in like some of the similar titles, you know, like it's all within the genre, but it gets even stranger because they did it differently in Greece. They did it differently in Brazil. They did it differently in Spain. And I'm excited to get a chance to acquire and to find out what hidden gems are inside.
This is why you open your books. Okay, this is a clear example. This is how you find your Mark Jewelers insert. This is how you find your double cover. This is how you find out that John Romita signed your Spidey book. Okay, Chris Claremont signed your X-Men book. This is how you do. You open it up, all right? And you find these out when you're grading your book because you really should open and grade your books, you know, especially when you're buying something. So check them out. So obviously with foreign comics, outside of just that random publishing situations or signatures, you just don't know what's going to be in the back or on inside, and you got to open them all up. And who knows what you're going to find? I mean, that's the exciting part is the search and then the wonder and like, oh my God, look what I just discovered.
It's a fun thing, man. It's definitely given me a ton of excitement to grow my PC and also to learn about the historical record of these titles. You know, I want to know the history behind how these came out, the publishing secrets, and the situations within the countries while they were being produced. Like there were major changes in politics in a lot of these governments. There were changes to the economy that affected print counts, what was being published, how they were being published. It's all fascinating.
So slap those likes, punch that subscribe button, karate chop, whatever you want to karate chop. Comment down below, guys. Let me know if you had to travel to any country in the world to get a comic book of your choice, which country are you going to go to first?